Hey, I'm Noodle Yeti, and this is some week really late into the patch. But we have a new patch today that is, I don't know, some kind of Siren Isle. I guess we get some kind of ring that's supposed to help us out or something like that. I don't know. I guess I'll do some quests for it on some of my characters. If it's actually an impact, then I guess I'll do it on all the ones I play, but we're here to open up vaults, not talk about the patch or whatever. And here we are on the first tank, Fury Warrior. Didn't run any keys as tank because I've already hit my goal and I don't like Prout Warrior, it's really boring. But I ran a bunch as, I think 4 as Fury. So here we are, it looks like we've got 2 Mythtrack items, a Mythtrack belt, as well as a Mythtrack shoulder. I think I'm actually going to go with this one just so I can transform this into the tier shoulders. Wait a minute, I think I already have Mythtrack shoulders. Yeah, I have those already. I think I was just waiting for a catalyst charge to convert those. So it's a good thing I didn't. It's a good thing I thought a little bit before just taking it. And I think I don't have a Mythtrack belt. Let's see here. That's hero. That's hero. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this Mythtrack belt. That sounds good enough to me. But we are at the point where they did come out with something really cool in the patch where they made it so those like enchanted crests and converting crests is now cheaper. And I have 3 of these sparks here on this particular character. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spend all the currency I've saved up. I think here it is. Yeah, like 111 of this Gilded Harbinger crest. I'm just going to craft slots. I'm going to sim them and I'm going to craft them. And hopefully it'll be really good. I ran a quick sim last week and it says I should be getting about 19,000 DPS if I craft a neck. I forgot what stats it needs, so I have to run it again. But the neck was the highest one, followed by, I think, crafting boots. But I'll run the sim a second time after I craft the neck for sure. And especially now that I have the belt, I don't know how this is going to affect the weights and what sims best. But yeah, this is the Fury Warrior. Having a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Don't have much to say on it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next tank. Alright, I know I normally save the Brewmaster for last, but I had a transmog update and I saw it in the character screen and I got too excited, so here we are. I updated his belt to be the Waste of Time. It is a secret, well, it's not so secret anymore, but it was a secret transmog you could obtain. It's basically a little clock, if I can even look at it. Oh, nope, this guy on his horse. But it's basically a clock on your belt. Get it? Waste of time. And it takes you a really incredibly long time to get this, so it's very fitting. And I also got some glasses transmog that were free, and they're called the Historical Perspective Shifters. I think it really fits with the, what is it, the Bronze Dragonflight transmog attire and the Waste of Time. I think it all just goes together really well. And you know, rose-tinted glasses, historical perspective shifters. Haha. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at this. I did get 8. Oh no, that says Mistweaver. I gotta figure out, how do I change my loot spec again on this? Give me 1 second. Alright, in case you guys are like me and you get rid of the things that allow you to change your loot spec, there's a macro. It says like run set loot specialization, and then you say get loot specialization info. Then you pick the number for whatever spec you want. And in this case, Brewmaster is 1, so I just hit that, changes it. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what we get here. We got Mythtrack legs. I think this is probably what we're going to take. Definitely don't need those. We have the boots we want. And I don't think we want this trinket at all. So, looks like we got an upgrade this week, which is really nice. I was afraid we'd have to take coins, but, you know, it'll be fine. So same thing with this guy as the Fury Warrior with the Fractured Spark of Omens. I think we'll get 1 more this week, which will allow me to craft another item, which I actually think... Where is my... I thought I had more of these. I don't know where they all went. Maybe they're in my bank. But I just want to gain eye level. I think that's probably going to be... Yeah, here they are. So I have 2. I can craft 2 items. I think that's probably going to be my best source of eye level right now until I get those Mythtrack replacements. So I'll just kind of have to look at this and see which items are not Mythtrack and don't have tertiaries or sockets on them, and craft those, or at least pick which tertiaries I want the least of. Like speed, I think I'm okay with that. So maybe I can craft 2 different rings that will be 6/3, 6 eye level, I think. Because I can't do it on the wrist because it already has a socket. I can't do it on the waist because it already has a socket. I like avoidance, so I can't do the shoulders. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe rings are the best choice there for what I craft this week. To take advantage of this cheap, this newfound cheap gilded crest crafting crap. But anyways, that's cool. We got legs. We're now stronger. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next tank. Or, you know what? I'll save my thoughts on Brewmaster for the end. We'll just get the vaults out of the way first. Alright, here we are on Noodle Yeti, the BDK. And as you can probably see from the quest and the extra action bar right now, I'm doing the detective quest. I had to hearth and things like that. I was out in the middle of Spires of Iraq trying to do the quests out there or whatever. But let's go ahead and do this one here. Oh, I think I forgot to pull up the spreadsheet to look at. Oh, well, we'll look at it here in a second. This guy got the Hero Track Throngus's Finger, which is an upgrade from what we have now, so you know what? Let's just go ahead and take it. I really like it because I think we are, as a BDK, parry, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, parry, and we get that from Critical Strike. And so anytime we parry once a minute with Throngus's Finger, we'll get a whole bunch of dodge. And if I remember correctly, dodge is different than parry. All of those are different, like dodge, block, parry. They're all different and they roll at different times. So the more you have of each, the more effective, I guess, they are, or something like that. I can't remember, but either way, I think this is a really good defensive trinket. I really enjoyed on this guy. But yeah, that's this guy. And give me 1 second, I'll pull up the spreadsheet to see and show what I did. Alright, here we are, and I am now at 408 runs done. I finally hit that 400 mark. 59% of my keys are upgraded, 41% are depleted. Obviously, kind of makes sense. But if we go down here, let's go ahead and find what keys we did as blood. So, looks like we had a Siege 9 disband, a Grimbital 9 disband, and a Siege 9 upgrade. I think this was me trying to pursue IO on this character. And for Fury Warrior, I did quite a few. I did, I think, 4 at the end of the week here. I actually got lucky and ran with a bunch of Bloods and a Brewmaster, but you could see upgrade +1 on 10, upgrade +1 10, completed 11, completed 10. I was just going for Vault. Wasn't worried about IO there. But I did hit a new PR on Fury Warrior. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. What the heck is that going on in the background? Give me 1 second here. Alright, that was Windows end of support or something like that. I don't know why they keep spamming me. My computer can't even update to Windows 11, which is really frustrating. Like, just shut up. Like, quit telling me. But anyways, I thought I hit a new PR for... Oh no, it was on Brewmaster that I hit a new PR. That's right. I think it was this one right here. I hit 860k DPS. That was the highest I'd ever done, and it felt really good to hit that much. But yeah. Anyways, did a bunch on Brew as well. I got one more +3, which felt really good. It was a Grimbital 8. I think we were just going for a trinket for my friend who's a Resto Druid, but we 3-chested it, and that felt really nice. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next tank. Alright, here we are on the Guardian Druid. I forget what key I got done, but it was IO. It was a +2 6 Arara. This is where we're at now. We're getting real close to that 2k mark. I'm getting real excited. Now we're going to need to do a Court of Threads this week, as well as possibly even a Necrotic Wake. Too far away. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what we get from the vault here. We got a Harvester's Edict, a trinket. We're just getting trinket after trinket after trinket now. I think I'm just going to stay with the bottle of Flayedwing Toxin. I mean, it is kind of cool that you have some sort of gameplay change with Harvester's Edict, where you have those orbs that go in, and if I choose to soak them, then I get mastery, and if I don't, it deals damage. I really like that aspect of this trinket. I've played with it a little bit on some of my tanks. Actually, you know what? Because I know I like it, and I know that I'm still going to be doing at least a few keys a week on the Guardian, I'm just going to go ahead and take it, because I like that gameplay style. I'm going to go ahead and replace this bottle of toxins or whatever. And Mastery isn't even that bad on Guardian. It's a very tanky stat. It increases my health and healing received, as well as my attack power. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I think it's a good trinket. It'll make gameplay a little bit more fun and engaging, I guess, because Guardian is insanely boring, just like Prot Warrior. But anyways, that's this guy. I'm happy, getting real close to the goal there of 2k. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, here we are on the Prot Paladin, and unlike my other characters, he was already here at the vault waiting. So let's see what he got done. Prot Paladin. So we had a disbanded 6 Aurora, and we had an upgraded +2 5. Cool, we got a Mistweaver and both of them have... Oh, I think this was actually the same group. Or I might have just gotten really lucky. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this guy, I think... Who is this? Oh, this was the Fury Warrior, that's right. So it actually was a completely different group, but somehow we ended up with 4 out of the 5 people being exactly the same. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what we get here. This is where my score is at, 2081. We're going to have to do another rah-rah to catch up a little bit more, but that's okay. Or even a Court of Thrones. Belt, Hero Track, Verse Mastery. It is the same thing we have on now, same track, same everything, so we take tokens. Cool. Probably just going to turn it into a little bit of gold here. Or, actually, how many of those fandangled things do I... Oh my goodness, so many sparks. How many of this... Those are Runed Harbinger crests. Which one do I need for... I need Gilded. Oh, okay. Well, we don't get those. So, maybe I won't craft anything. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tank. Alright, here we are on the Demon Hunter. We're now 2181. We have a couple keys we need to catch up here. Dawnbreaker and Stone Vault. And I don't know what I ran last week. Looks like I completed a 7 Stone Vault. Okay, well that explains why that one is untimed. So let's go ahead and see what we get in the vault here. Generating loot. Bands of the Undergrowth, Crit Verse. Replacing a 5.99 Omen Crafted Haste Verse. Made by me. I didn't realize I was a leather worker, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and replace those. Eye level is higher. Harbinger of the Carve. What am I looking for right now? What am I doing? Let's go ahead and replace that. I don't know what I was trying to look for there. But yeah. Here's Demon Hunter. He's kind of cool. I'm enjoying him. Definitely something I want to play in the future, and I do have a little bit of thoughts on... Anyways, I'll share it at the end. I think we still have one more. Alright, here we are on the Augmentation Evoker. We did a +2 Court of Threads, and... yeah. Let's go ahead and see what loot we get. So, I'm just not having fun on this guy. And I don't know... Yeah, you know what? This ring seems fine enough, so we'll go ahead and take that. Oh, what is it? Crit and Haste? I think that's okay for us. But I'm just not having fun on it. And I don't know if I want to be... I know I want AUG stats, because I want to be able to compare and see and identify who and what goes best with AUG. But the reality is next season I won't be able to perform AUG optimally or at its peak, because it'll be my first season. And I don't know if I want to waste that time and things like that, especially since I'm not even having fun. What is this right-click for frame settings? What? What does that mean? Right-click for frame settings. Anyways, getting distracted here by the updating game. We're just not having fun. And so I don't know if I want to collect data with a class that I'm just not enjoying. So I don't think I'm going to be going forward with AUG. It was a cool idea, and I definitely want to. I think I'll just have to start inviting AUGs more to my groups when I run my own key, or applying more often to groups that already have one in them, if I want to collect those stats. But yeah, that's it for AUG, and I'm going to swap to the Brew and give my thoughts on where I'm at in my progression with that. But to kind of ramble a little bit while the game loads, since I'm not having fun on AUG, one class in spec that I know I have fun with is Subtlety Rogue. And funnily enough, out of all 408 of these runs, if we go into representation for DPS, I've seen 0 subtlety rogues this entire season. Not a single one ever. From a +2 to the depleted 12s that I've tried. Absolutely nothing. And since I really like subtlety, I find them fun, I find them engaging, I like their damage profile. I think that's what I'll do. I'll finish leveling a rogue and have fun with that. Get to learn it, get to figuring it out. Why do I have a ring on my finger? That looks like the Blizzard toy or something like that. But anyways, as far as brew goes, I'm really starting to get the hang of it, and I'm starting to get more comfortable with not aligning my exploding keg and my weapons of order. Because at the start, I think last week when I said that I wanted to do weapons of order, build up to 4 stacks, do my exploding keg, and then spin to win in order to deal a bunch of damage, I found over the course of the week that I was holding on to one of these too much, which was causing me to lose a lot of uptime on these, and they were pretty much sitting there being wasted. And so towards the end of the week, when I started hitting those new PRs over 800k, even that 860k run, that's when I started to push these more so on CD. I will really have to get into the timing of how to set the timing up for these, so that way when I do push them on CD, they're more likely to line up with each other. But I think that's really a fine-tuning thing that is going to change from dungeon to dungeon, season to season, and not something I need to worry about now when all I'm trying to do is just practice and get better at Brewmaster. And so for now, I'm just going to practice just pushing these on CD as often as I can. Another thing that I want to practice and I need to look at is I want to start fine-tuning my talents. I really enjoy these the way they are, but I really feel like there is the possibility of milking out more damage or even milking out more survivability, which honestly, I think the times that I die or that I fail are actually completely my fault, where I already do have the tools available to survive, and I'm just failing to use them appropriately. Which has led to some really embarrassing situations, but either way. I'm having a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm really starting to improve and seeing the results of that improvement. And I really can't wait to get into next season where I have this score and I have this stuff to jump right into those first 2 weeks and just push hard, gain as much eye as I can, and get ahead of that curve. And hopefully I won't be too terrible that it'll be utterly embarrassing. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Brewmaster and where I'm at right now. But as far as next season goes, definitely not going to be doing AUG. And as far as my other thoughts on which characters I play, I was thinking about that the past 2 weeks and how I said that I wanted to be done with doing all the tanks. And I went down to doing 1 key a week. And when I was doing that, I realized I actually enjoy it. I enjoy being able to log onto a Death Knight or a Vengeance Demon Hunter and just being able to tank a key on it. Getting these alternate playstyles, seeing these altering utilities and how they play. It feels good to change up the gameplay that drastically between characters. So I think I am going to continue on. Maybe, I'll have to think about it, but right now it really feels like I want to continue on at least doing 1 key a week on every tank. And then just filling whatever time left I have on the characters I enjoy, like Brewmaster, Fury Warrior, and possibly Subtlety Rogue. But yeah, these are the characters I like, this is their vaults, this is where I'm at, and that's my update. So thank you for watching, I appreciate it. And I also saw there was a guy who commented 3 times, I just haven't had the time to respond to you. So if you're watching this and you've made it this far, just know I have thought of you, and I will respond soon. So thank you, and I will see you in the future.